Manifestation is the activity of the Prakriti. Intention is the activity of the Purusha. Whatever is the intention of the Purusha, the Prakriti manifests. There is a huge mechanism, Prakriti, very big mechanism, which transforms every intention of every Purusha, every Atma into a physical reality, a physical expression. There is a huge mechanism, that's what we have to understand. Very, very huge mechanism called a Prakriti, nature. And there is a big angelic kingdom which helps in this process of manifestation of every intention, every intent of every Atma. Every intention is respected in the nature. So you can manifest whatever you want, but the consequences of those things are there always. You have to go through all the consequences. People just want to manifest, but they don't know the consequences. Hitler wanted a world war, so almost the world war came, and many people got killed, millions of them. But then the intentions of the whole world are respected, and the world war ended, and Hitler got killed himself. It's not the question of manifestation, it's the question of consequences. We have to think of the consequences. Okay, I want lot of money. Okay, money will be manifested, but what are you going to do with the money? How are you going to handle the money? The moment you have a lot of money, somebody will come and kill you and get that money. The consequence is that you are getting killed. You don't see that consequence. For me, the word consequence is more important than manifestation. What are the consequences of those things which you want to manifest? That is the topic. You build a big pyramid. You want to manifest. Okay, people will come. Then how are you going to feed them? How are you going to treat them? Can you manage all the people who are going to come to you? How are you going to manage them? You want to marriage. But what are the consequences of marriage? Children will happen. Are you ready to raise all the children? Yes, I want to get married. That's very fine. So you get married. You get some partner. But what are the consequences? A lifelong relationship exists. And if you are not able to carry it properly, then you have to face all the consequences. Law of karma gives you a clear picture of consequences. So my dear friends, before you think of manifestation, you must think of consequences. The results of your actions that are going to happen. Very big list of results that are going to happen. You can manifest whatever you want to manifest. The nature will help you. All the gods will help you. Because you are a god. And your intention is the intention of a god. Everybody, the whole universe will conspire to see to it that it is manifested in accordance with everybody else's intention also. You are not the only person intending something. Everybody has got free will. Everybody is intending something or other. There is a big traffic of intentions. And somebody wants to go this way, somebody wants to go the other way. And all intentions are respected by the nature. You are not the only VIP here. Everybody is VIP in the scheme of things. Everybody's intention is important. And everybody has to face the consequences. Yudhishthira wants to play the game of dice. You think that you are an expert in the game of dice, but somebody else is greater expert than you. So you are defeated. So you are sent to a forest for 12 years. That is a consequence. So because you played dice, because you lost, you are sent to 12 years forest. You have to face all the consequences. We should be really brave to follow through all the consequences.
Happy evening and happy morning, friends and masters. A very warm welcome to each one of you in this Presence 40-day journey. So Patriji, how nicely explained about the consequences of manifestation. And yes, it is the right way to think of the consequences too. So many just manifest from here, not from here, from your feeling center, from your heart center, what you really need, what you want at that time, what is really needed for you, and with the pure intention, right? And so that is what meditation will help you to get that clarity, and your intent is pure, and is it what you really need that moment. So regular practice of meditation will help you with that. And also the consequences, what Patriji was talking about, during your visualization process itself, you're thinking, because to run a mind movie, like yesterday day before yesterday when we spoke about visualization, we said you need to think, what will you do after you manifest what you want? What will you do? So you can run a mind movie on that. Like if you have manifested for getting this much amount or this much of money, every month or every week, okay, I need to have this much. Okay, money is also energy, but with that, what all you're going to do? So based on that, your visualization process, or it'll help you with that technique, visualization technique. So, and beautifully explained, it's not only you are having the intention, that is everyone having the intention. If someone wants has this intention to have a war, there are many others who want peace, right? So the intentions, and every intention is honored by the nature, Prakriti, what he said, right? Of course, everything has its consequences. Like for what consequences you'll have. So that's very important, and to have clarity also. Sometimes when you're manifesting also, so someone like in our past participants who was having a very, of course it's her perception that she was having a very hectic style of job. It's all perception, right? You need to see where, when you accept and when you see the learning out of it, then you will get clarity on how to make it. You'll find solutions to it, which we'll talk about in today's session. Just a short talk, and then we have meditation, and after meditation we have a wonderful guest sharing today. So what happens is, so she, for in her perception, it was a very hectic, and she wanted to be really free, free and do many other things. So she was manifesting according to that. And one day, what happened? She lost the job, and then she realized, okay, that's why, like what Patriji said, what are the consequences? Also, you need to know about them. Then of course again she learnt a lesson, she accepted it, she learnt a lesson, showed gratitude for whatever she has in her life, and then she went through the process, and then she's settled now again. But we should have this in mind, the consequences of your manifestation, right? Understand that completely, have clarity on that. So we saw the 5 steps of manifestation signs. So, first, develop one pointed mindedness, and then the second step, be open to all the possibilities, and third, set goals and create a visualization. Fourth, yesterday, what we spoke about, reprogramming the limiting beliefs, and or it can be said as affirming empowering beliefs. And now the fifth step, the fifth sutra, or the process of manifestation science, is acceptance and surrender and gratitude. So acceptance, for many, they feel it's a myth when they think acceptance is giving up. Acceptance is not giving up. It is stopping the inner chatter, the inner fight, so that the energy becomes available for all the solutions. Only when you accept, then the solutions start flowing through you. Because if you're not accepting, you are creating that fight, inner talk, right? The inner chatter. It's nothing less than a gossip. That's what Chandra sir says. So your energy is, you're just wasting your energy there, and it becomes unavailable for solutions. So acceptance is the doorway through which all change enters. Right? So, like for example, a manager who is able to accept, or any boss who is able to accept his employee limitation or his own limitation and the team's limitation, when he starts accepting it, surrenders, and then he will start planning smarter strategies, keeping all these points in mind instead of complaining or using, not having a good dialogue with them and passing that kind of a low energy, low vibrations to the entire team. Instead of that, when he or she starts accepting and surrendering, showing gratitude to whatever level they are in, whatever they are doing, then the solutions will flow. Okay, you can experiment this. Even for a student who is finding this, any of the subject very tough, right, for example. So then, when they start accepting instead of complaining, oh, this is not for me. Acceptance is what? After you accept that, then only you will realize the limiting beliefs also. Which belief is making you, stuck there in that situation. So when you start accepting, then that student will come out of that survival mode to the learning mode. Acceptance is a great, great gateway from where we can come out of the survival mode and move to the learning mode, friends. Otherwise, it's just fear, 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 fear of everything. And you just unnecessary coming to conclusions, judgments, and complain about everything. Blame game, playing a blame game, which is of no use at all. So when we accept, okay, someone's behavior in family also, 4 or 5 people are there, 5 fingers, they are all different, right? Different size. So it will be different. Everyone are unique in their own way. You have 2 kids, 3 kids. Every child is unique in their own way. When you start accepting that, then we stop trying to control or interfere in anyone's life. And solutions, then the right energy will flow. And you will have that peace inside you. So that is acceptance and surrendering. Okay, you can't find a solution, surrender first. Then you will get to know the solutions. It might come from inside, everything. You have answers all within you. Or it can come from, meetings. Suddenly you'll meet someone, or suddenly from your younger child, also you will get the answers. But to be so much aware, the solutions will come to you. Universe is there. The consciousness will give you solutions from somewhere or the other. The nature will support you completely. But in order for us to be receptive and grab that solution, we need to come to that acceptance mode and surrender mode. Only then we will become aware about it. And of course, during the manifestation process, and there is sometimes it takes time for something to manifest, right? You need to have that patience, because you need to have that wisdom that there is something called you are preparing yourself so that you can, whatever you want to manifest, when that is successful, then you can go through the consequences very effectively. So there is that preparation period also for you. You need to have that wisdom. So you need to have patience. And one more is the law of cause and effect. Right? So every intention creates the causes that must line up before the effect appears. Right? So when you have this knowledge, then you will start accepting, being patient, surrendering to that moment, being at the present moment, and showing gratitude for each and every small thing. Gratitude, like I said, is the greatest form of receivership. Gratitude, it just shifts your vibration from lack to abundance, from scarcity to abundance, from limitation to empowerment. Gratitude does that. And your brain shifts from survival to creativity, to becoming the co-creator. Otherwise, everything is, we are in survival mode because of the fear and because of our evolutionary instincts too. Okay. So, gratitude is the frequency on which the universe broadcasts the miracles. That's what I read this somewhere. So, a person who has that gratitude for the current job and is manifesting for better opportunity, it will be very fast. Then he or she is operating from sufficiency, not scarcity, from abundance mode that person is operating. You want to see some improvement in your relationship, being grateful for the relationship what you have. Yes, and because you have to show gratitude that that person, even if you are that person is there is some things going on, some dialogues going, but that person is there to make your learning, to make you evolve, because he or she is giving you much opportunities for you to learn and grow. When you show gratitude, then you will see the shift in relationships, smooth relationships. The communication dynamics changes very naturally. In health also, same thing. When you show gratitude to what you're going through, okay, I accept, I surrender, and I'm ready to take what learning this circumstances, this condition is teaching me, then you'll see the improvement. That is gratitude. It is said, right? If your inner state is fear, outcomes will reflect fear. If your inner state is full of confidence, outcomes will reflect confidence. If your inner state is hatred, outcomes will reflect hatred. If your inner state is full of love and compassion, the outcomes will be love and compassion. Very simple. If your inner state is gratitude, outcomes reflect abundance. So that's why a person constantly thinking, I'm not good enough, the limiting belief, what we spoke in yesterday whole session, will subconsciously, they will reject the opportunities too. Because, and there is something called a hidden benefit, which you will not be knowing also, unknowingly. Hidden benefit because why? You don't want to come out of the comfort zone. And we have to remember, human birth takes 9 months. A mango seed cannot become a fruit the next day, right? So the law of cause and effect also is there. And manifestation also, that's why in the field we say there's no concept of time. So we need to have that patience, accept, surrender, and gratification. Gratitude should be there. Then your manifestation is building in the unknown, in the invisible, before it becomes visible, because also you should understand that is your preparation time. Overnight, you manifest something, then how are you going to handle it? You need some preparation time also, right? So the universe responds to the emotional vibration, friends, not just your thinking. Like I said, the thoughts and feelings should align. If you're thinking, I want abundance verbally, everyone, your just thought is like that, but your feeling is complete some fear. What if this doesn't happen? That doubt. Then there is a mismatch. There is no alignment. Then you're not in that frequency. So then also the delay will happen. Okay. So with that, friends, we will get into our meditation session now. And then we have a wonderful Dr. G.K. Sirs sharing today, guest sharing. So let's start. If you're wearing specs or glasses, kindly remove them, keep it aside. And fingers clasped, hands on your lap. And if you're sitting on a chair or sofa, cross your feet at the ankle level and just observe your natural breath. And we'll go through the heart elevation and then the breath mindfulness meditation, Anapanasati meditation. Okay, let's start.
Dear friends, dear masters, with a great intention to connect with ourselves, I'd like you to keep your hands on your chest area and with your eyes closed, specs removed, rest your attention on your beautiful heart, and with a relaxing breath, connect with your heart center. With that slow, relaxing breath, connect with the center of all emotions, which is nurturing all life, with its higher vibrations, your heart center, the seat of all emotions. Feel it. Connect with your heart center. Feel the beat, the rhythm of this loving heart, which is constantly helping you experience life greatly with its emotions of love, compassion, kindness, gratitude, joy. Can you move yourself into a higher emotion by simply imagining or bringing up an experience from your past of love, of joy, of gratitude, of compassion. Relive that moment and feel that energy and allow yourself to direct that energy onto everything and everyone on this planet to help them heal, to help them elevate their understanding of life. Relive that moment and feel that energy and allow yourself to spread that energy to everything and everyone by making an intention. Where you place your attention, there you place your energy. Feel. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy, intricately connected with each other. Love, compassion, kindness, joy are all the ways to experience that connection, to move into coherence between body, mind, and this energy, the field. Feel. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Resting your attention at the root of your nose or anywhere on the nose. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath at that point. We are going into powerful group meditation. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath. No sounds in the mouth, no forms of any kind in the mind. Meditation is not imagination, is not visualization. Meditation is to empty the mind, observe the breath, and allow yourself to slowly notice the mind becoming less and less of thought, calming, relaxing. As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to go into that emptiness, calmness inside of you, all around you. That's energy. When the mind becomes empty, all that energy is channelized into the present moment. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. And allow yourself to experience that greater calmness, emptiness. All emptiness is energy. This is the limitless field of energy, the quantum field of existence. The longer you stay connected to this field of emptiness, the more you resting your mind, the more you dissolve your past. The longer you are in this emptiness energy, that blackness, the more aware you become, the more mindful you become, and be in the present. area less matter, more emptiness and energy. The longer you stay merged into this field of emptiness, the more insightful you become, the more miraculous experiences you draw into your life, the more meaningful experiences you influence in your physical reality. Stay aware of that emptiness, the darkness, the field of no body, of no thing, the field of light. This is your greater mind. The more you are in this field of emptiness, the more inspired you become, the more intuitive you become. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be exploring higher aspects of life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to all things and everyone? Express your gratitude to your parents for giving this beautiful connection to life. Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding your knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge leads to many newer experiences. Give thanks to everyone in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, partners, for helping you learn many things, for helping you experience many things in life. Be deeply grateful to this beautiful nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, angelic kingdom, filling life with inspiration, beauty, energy, and more. Give thanks to everything you use, the technology, all the companies, government systems that support and make our life so comfortable. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, and gratitude to this intelligent universe for helping us experience this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
Yes, okay, friends and masters. Hope you all had a wonderful meditation session. Please type in chat. How was your meditation experience?
What have you experienced?
Yes, Ladini, we can. Friends, please type in chat. How was your meditation experience? Awesome. Yes. Very nice. Beautiful, blissful, and no problem. Okay, it was a very great experience, and I feel myself so calm. Awesome, friends. So we have a beautiful, beautiful guest sharing. Let's listen to our guest. Yes, Ladini, if you can.
Let's invite Dr. GK, who is been truly a guiding light and a master for thousands of people. In spite of being a medical doctor, done an amazing, amazing work helping many people find their purpose again, heal themselves significantly through this. His work at PSSM, his work with Patrisa, culminating into something called Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation. Yes, Venu?
Thank you, Chandra sir, for the meditation. Thank you, Chandra, to introduce here. Yeah, we will brief introduction about sir. Dr. Krishna pioneer is spiritual science who transitioned from 20 years of medical practice in India, year 1996 to 2016, to a holistic spiritual approach to health. As a spiritual scientist, he integrates spiritual principles into daily
Yes, Ladini, you can share now.
Yeah, will little brief introduction about GK sir. Dr. Gopal Krishna is a pioneer, is a spiritual science who transitioned from 20 years of medical practice in India, year 1996 to 2017, to a holistic spiritual approach to health. As a spiritual scientist, he integrates spiritual principles into daily life and has created over 500 spiritual tablets, which are wisdom capsules, designated to address various physical, mental, and social ailments. Thousands have found lasting relief with little or no medication through his methods. Dr. GK founded the non-profit Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation, offering free spiritual health care in 14 countries. He shares his insights globally, inspiration many to explore the roots of illness and the purpose of life. And health and volunteers. He is also developing the pyramid meditation channel. Learn more spiritual.com. I will sharing the website details here. And like free update app we have. Welcome, Dr. GK sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venu. Dr. GK is who taught me meditation. I've learned a lot of all the is who taught me meditation. I've learned a lot of all the concepts of spirituality, core spiritual science. through regular interactions. He happens to be my younger brother too. And so he in our family is the realized one first, youngest of all. He taught meditation to my parents. They came in, and through their influence, then through his influence, then I came in. So are the case with everybody in our family. He took to meditation service right in the beginning, in spite of being a medical doctor, in spite of we pursuing him and saying, don't waste your time and energy in doing all this for services of spirituality. He kept at it. And today, the beautiful thing I admire about him is that whatever that he does at spiritual tablets is always free of cost, deeply influenced by Patri Sir's fundamental philosophy that spiritual knowledge, wisdom, and meditation must go, money should not be a barrier for anyone's growth. So he continues to be operated that way. And then through his association, introduced me to Patrisa, and then my journey greatly started sometime in 2002. But he, with this association and spiritual tablets, has been a great complementary organization to Buddhasi Quantum Foundation, hand in hand, working in spreading this message of meditation. Thank you, Dr. GK. Yes.
So thank you, Chandra, and all the Buddha CEOs joined for this program.
This is 20th day of our 40-day program.
Yeah, I came to know. Thank you. So every time I feel so happy to address in this platform to share my journey as well as the little wisdom I'm trying to spread through. And pranams to Brahmarshi Patriji and my parents for giving me this great opportunity to continue my journey in a very happy and healthy state. I always admired the greatest manifestation that happened unconsciously, which I doesn't even know that I'm manifesting in my childhood, starting from the 5th standard to 10th. I used to visualize and think very creatively in my own way that I have to invent a tablet. It should cure from headache to cancer, and it should not cost even a single dollar. So that led to the development of the whole spiritual tablets wisdom. And finally, I am here where the meditation is the only one pill that can cure any illness that is coming on our body as a part of the reset mechanism. And no need to give any money for that. After understanding the give and take principles from the universe, so I started making my own baby steps under Patriji in the initial days. Initially, it was working with the PSSM to spread the wisdom of meditation and spiritual science and vegetarian diet as a part of Seva. Day by day, when I started working with the patient God, they taught me beautiful lessons through their experiences, how greatly they are learning, and that wisdom giving a full stop for their sickness. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam. If we create the wisdom of fire, that will automatically cessate the suffering. And that is what Patriji put into the words. Spiritual intellect is the root and physical health is the fruit. So the formula we are following here is nothing but working on the spiritual intellect so that all our rotten belief systems will die and they will be replaced with the scientific understanding. At times, I feel miraculous with a lot of experimentations we have done in past, where in the year 96, I went for 1 month fasting, which is advised by Patriji. He gave only a list of things, like nothing is impossible. The body can live on cosmic energy. Food is only for the pleasure. All the Lenda Goodman quotes, so many things he gave. And we are 5 in number, started that. And only on water, for 1 month, we did fasting. I lost around 14 pounds in this body, but every day 4 hours meditation and as usual, day-to-day clinical practice, going to hospital and nursing home and then a cyclone relief program. So many things happened. And I used to have only 4 hours of sleep. And nothing happened as per to the medical records or whatever. So we have immense potential that comes through sadhana. After coming from Kurnool, the first interaction with all the Paramana Masters and Patriji, I came with a single word of belief. Though I have a lot of experiences from my third eye, meeting masters and visions and so many things, my rational mind, the medical system I have gone through, is not allowing me to accept it. Because I have already completed my bhakti journey, where I have given my hair to Lord Balaji 3 times to get medical seat. Whatever the luck is supposed to favor to me in the last minute, that was not happened. Every time I used to miss my medical seat just for only 1 or 2 marks or ranks. So I felt whatever I am doing in the name of God, maybe it is not meant for me. Something else is there beyond that. Let me understand that superpower one day, then I'll look into it. So I put a full stop. But again, after coming here, listening to so many masters, and Dr. Newton is doing past life therapy sessions parallelly, a lot of telepathic experimentation, all these things I exposed. Like the people who joined here today, it may be a big surprise for you to listen to other master sessions and doing meditation and all these things. With that word of belief, I came and I started my intense workout. So today, I would like to express my message on the impact of intense sadhana and the service. So I started doing meditation for 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours. At one point, I sat in meditation for 21 hours, where I have slept for 4 hours, but I have not opened my eyes. And I continued. During that period, I got wonderful experiences to answer all the doubts I have to walk in this path. An astral travel experience, some third eye visions, some sort of symbolical dreams to clarify my vijunctional dreams, doubts. Whatever the vijunction I have, it was clarified. So that intense sadhana made us to understand the different practical scientific facts that we read in the books and the masters who are sharing, and we can confirm them. So when we have the theory and practically proved through self-practice immensely, then I am clear. When I'm doing my medical practice with the Jarva tribes in Andaman, that is again the second phase of practice I did. This time, it is a holistic practice where I need to attend to my meditation, my book reading, and the service I can do for the people with a small board I kept for teaching meditation. I am the first one to introduce meditation in Andaman, the Anapanasati. Nobody is there before. And my own medical practice and the basic family chores, everything I wrote. And I started absorbing myself in the checklist of things I am supposed to do. Until then, I am waiting for something to happen where I am separating myself from the totality. There, somehow, I got my own intuitive guidance. Why you are separating yourself? Absorb in the totality. Whatever you are doing, it is complete, and you are there in that. Already achieved. Again here, the second manifestation principle, like whatever I am trying to achieve, I am already there. I started believing in that. So the list is increasing day by day, and everything I am doing, feeling that I am complete and I am there and I achieved what I want. And one fine day, when I'm encountering a Botanical Survey of India scientist in the research program on Jarva tribes, during late night around 2 o'clock, a blissful experience happened. I was completely happy and blissful. And the next day, morning, when I woke up, whatever that point source of doubt I used to carry, it was completely dissolved. And since then till today, never look back. A beautiful guidance the universe gives, and we need to just follow. Problems come, but at the same time, the solutions also will follow. Sometimes the solutions are the first and the problems are the later. That is the greatest thing happens when we are in this middle path. So, in the initial phase, the intense sadhana is a must. And slowly, we need to understand the importance of middle path, balancing the community living as we are in the earth in this physical body, all the three happinesses, happiness through this physical means, happiness through the cultural and musical means, and happiness through blissful happenings through meditation. All we need to combine and we have to go forward. When we are trying to adjust our journey in the big picture, then we understand whatever we want, we can achieve by giving the same to the universe. Whatever the wisdom we achieved, if we give to the universe, in return, we receive the same. Rather than fingering into others' karma by just external support, rather than doing the simple external supports, teaching meditation and giving wisdom, spending our valuable time in supporting the spiritual science services is the best way through which we can achieve whatever we want. So after understanding this, I decided to walk in this noble path. I run my 24-bed hospital for 3 years, where I have seen the miraculous transformations in the patient God. And then one fine day, I took a decision and then I became a full-timer to teach this wisdom. In due course of time, hundreds and thousands of people joined, learned the same wisdom, and today more than 300 spiritual doctors are in association with me, and they refer a lot of chronic and acute illnesses cases to me, and then they themselves even discuss with me for their own problems. And so many eminent masters are doing tireless hours of spiritual guidance in the name of counseling, in teaching wisdom to replace the rotten beliefs with scientific understanding. What are the problems that are coming are only because of unwanted, unscientific, and irregular food habits, thoughts, and relationships. These are the three components which we need to streamline. Before coming into spiritual path and meditation, we are operating with only the sensory perception. We believe that only these physical eyes, this information that is coming as a surface information. When we are into that deep meditation, connecting with the totality, then we start getting the true information with the ESP, extrasensory perceptions. So that is how we can become complete. The true potential will start working. So the intense sadhana and adjusting ourselves in the universe, in the big picture. Being a medical doctor, I intended to see the end to suffering. That is how the nature provided these wonderful wisdom capsules with which my journey started. As I took a decision to make myself available to the community, almost 16 to 18 hours I used to work. A lot of travel happened. When I am available, then only really the people can avail the service. Of course, it may not be a choice for everybody over here, initially. So 10 years of blend of medical practice and meditation, I understood the wisdom principles and the impact of meditation on health. And then later, to make myself available, I took a call, and as a part of the ABC, I learned from one great surgeon from Libya: availability, behavior, and capability. These are the three things are mandatory. When we are available to the community to give our service in the stipulated hours, then we can contribute our own boon to the universe. And of course, the behavior and capability. We need to learn the content of wisdom to share the best possible way. So this ABC of practice really helped me a lot grow bigger by consciousness and in doing the spiritual science service to full stop the suffering. Lot of autoimmune disorders, rare problems, especially with the people with evolved consciousness. Meditation is the only solution. This is the area where they can get the real solutions, the true solutions, understand the true potential. So friends, to conclude, intense meditation and spiritual book reading are the two major components we need to understand very well, and we have to allocate the time for sadhana to understand practically the things that we are reading in the books are all true, and they can be manifested and they can be implemented in day-to-day life. After convincing ourselves, after getting miraculous transformations, and the second most important point is spiritual science service. There are so many modes of doing service. Even the tech services that we give are really important. When we want to scale up the whole activity we are doing, technology is the only way through which we can reach. I admire all the Buddha CEO team, how greatly they developed the technological part and pinpoint way they are providing all the services. And my sincere thanks and gratitude to Chandra as my brother, elder brother. I used to discuss with him, especially in these areas. Whenever I got an intellectual doubt, he is the best person to clarify. The junction between common sense and spiritual experience. Of course, I may have an immense spiritual experience, but I need to ground myself. So when I talk to him, so he used to give a community opinion and the dynamic logistics behind understanding a city, understanding a country, populations. So a lot of conversations we used to have in the beginning, and that led to the development of spiritual tablets, especially in the corporates. The opportunity I have in the name of Soul Trends in Bangalore, I never forget. Every month I used to travel to Bangalore, and then I used to address the populations in the city, because until then, majority of my journey is into nook and corner of the rural areas, where I used to travel across 40 centers in Andhra Pradesh. All are from the rural populations. When I addressed in Bangalore, then all the wisdom capsules and its orientation changed. And that is where we used to interact a lot. and all the technical dimension, and then the corporate teaching, going to the abroad countries, and his support is immense. Of course, all the family members supported me, but Chandra's contribution is something special and separate, I can say. And even now, when I get a corporate person, a technical person into my table, immediately I snatch their cell phone and I open the Buddha CEO app and I will put them into that app immediately. That makes my job very easier. Because without sadhana, nothing they can achieve. When they are into a right program, that will automatically take them to a beautiful journey of a couple of 40-day sessions. By that time, they will be educated in a great way. And I do get wonderful feedback from them because the way you are expressing is something different. And which is apt for the techie minds. The same spiritual wisdom can be expressed in a rural area for a farmer in a very different way. So that modulation and the examples, the scientificality, everything was beautifully developed in Buddha CEO Foundation. And a set of patient gods I receive, the basic journey, and making their own steps towards the service is a must here. Of course, in 1 in 10,000 cases, understanding the disease from the cellular level, organ level, that is where the research that we did, understanding the different spiritual experiences, there we may be helpful in our own way for a particular period of time until they understand their purpose in a proper way. But rest of all the areas, the regular sadhana and a beautiful service platform is more than enough to achieve that abundance and happy and healthy state. So I wish a wonderful success and an abundant journey with this great platform. And initially it looks like a 40 days journey, but when we do multiple programs, and especially the residential retreats, which they are conducting beautifully for 5 days, I feel like after doing these online sessions, one must be there physically in that energy environment, like the Pyramid Valley, Bangalore, or whatever, the beautiful programs they did in Mount Shasta, all the high energy places, when we spend with the co-meditators and the master, so that physical feel is something different. And that will automatically gives a great transformation, and we can understand our true purpose and we can align with the community in a proper way. So the righteous thoughts, the righteous actions, and righteous speech can happen when we do those in-person retreats. Every retreat is like a baby, I feel. A lot of work, a lot of man-hours are involved in bringing the people together. So many background risks also they take. So try to understand the importance of those residential retreats, and if you participate, that is a great thing. That is what I wrote in my prescription as Ashrama Dharma, because we have 3 dharmas. The duties with the family, the duties of ashram, and the duties of prachar. These are the 3 dharmas we go through in a given lifetime. when we are in family life as a Kutumba Dharma, we are good. But when we feel like something is missing, something is wrong, and we are stuck, that is where we need to go to Ashrama Dharma, where 5 days or 11 days we will be in the retreat with a master, and intense sadhana will happen, and emerge of consciousness of different souls will happen there, and that Ashrama Dharma will make us to understand the true potential. After that, the third is Prachar Dharma, means spreading the truth. That is where the service comes. So these are the three dharmas we write as a prescription to our patient God. So for that, they are beautifully felicitating these 5-day retreats. So many times I refer people to attend that 5-day retreats so that that intense sadhana in the presence of a master will clarify a lot of their doubts, and they will come out of all the wrong beliefs that they carry. And it is a beautiful time where the different eminent masters, the Buddha CEOs trained as a group, they will observe you carefully every moment. That is what even we are doing 11-day retreats to teach 150 spiritual tablets. So after these online sessions, doing that retreat is also very important. That is where the real cumulative energy experiences we can feel. So that's why we selected the heart chakra area in UK and conducting a wonderful 5-day retreat. It is for the first time in UK in the last 5 years. I have never seen any master conducting a 5-day retreat, residential retreat. And for the first time, the Buddha CEO Foundation took that great step, and Padma from Pyramid Yoga and Dance Academy, my wife, she is supporting. As a part of my journey, I was in India now for 4 months, and I'm trying to motivate a lot of people to take that great opportunity. And thanks for all the souls coming all the way from US to participate in that retreat in UK. And yeah, so thank you all for the great journey. And Chandra, thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. GK, for laying out beautifully that intense sadhana is essential for any beginner and for any time we want to move from stage to stage. Just the way the electron is shifting orbits, it needs intense energy to shift from one to the other. And so then it changes its shape and form. And so is the case with us. We intensely practice, and then have a beginning where we are shifting our energy. And so laying out saying 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 20 hours, I acknowledge and that I admit my longest was 6 hours. Nowhere near what Dr. GK has did. But it's important. Dr. GK's, he probably didn't talk about too much, but he went for various trekking. Those are his retreats with Patrisa. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days trekking retreats. They're there in nature. That's what every retreat is. And so all these physical practices. And I went 2 times, barefoot, I mean, of course, wearing slippers, but nothing other than just a blanket and a plate to eat. 3 days, and Vani and I were there with my with our toddler into Araku forest. And there are several such trekkings where they were retreats. Essentially, they were retreats with Patriji, concepts and meditation. That's now it transformed into little more modern retreats because people are not necessarily going. So we're doing in nature places. But they're part and parcel of the practice. And I was in a session and the Dallas group was telling them, we got to come out of the homes to go into this nature. It doesn't matter who that master is, it doesn't matter, but be there. But I think the message difference is from Dr. G.K. I've learned always is to practice, practice, practice. Intense sadhana is required. And I've seen him several times just go into meditation. It doesn't matter. 11 o'clock he'll get up, he'll meditate. 3 o'clock he'll get up, he'll meditate for an hour, 2 hours, and then sleep again. Then Dr. G.K. was talking about he entered with belief. He said, okay, let me go and then explore. That understanding that, okay, rejection, if you go into the doubt, then you're constantly seeding doubt. Instead of go and say, okay, let me explore. The Lobsang Rampa did a lot of things and then he wrote several books. Say, okay, if he could do, and then can I go and then explore the same? That you forever? And so then he said, I went in with belief. I think this is a very important point to go and then explore and come to a conclusion. That's why I kept referring spiritual science, service, investigations. We're all spiritual scientists. We're not woo-woo things. This is not a woo-woo thing. We have a perfect answer. When we go and then explore with meditation, we got to explore to recognize and say, what does it mean? When I say, you will get the feeling that you are abundant in nature, that things have happened to you. That's what he's saying. After a blissful experience, he felt that everything is already with him. It's happened. And being in the state of, that is already there and complete is essential. How does it come? Only when we explore, experiment, we get that feeling. And so those practices that he had initially, and then the most beautiful thing about Dr. G.K. is the service. He always got into the no man's land. Andaman, nobody was there, he went. Bombay, nobody was there, he went. Orissa, nobody was there, he went. And then he always would venture out into the new places. That's, I guess, his speciality, to go and then establish a few things and move on like a nomad. To me, he's the closest nomad that I've seen in peaceless moment. Not necessarily accumulating riches of any kind, in spite of being a medical doctor. If he could, if he wanted to, of course, he could amass a fortune. But then instead, always tend to like to be a barefoot person moving from place to place with nothing accumulated. But the service that they're emphasizing, so thank you, Dr. G.K. Eventually, if we want to grow, if we want to realize, then we give to others what we're seeking. What we're seeking, we give to others. Whatever the little we have, we give to others. Little knowledge we give to others. We grow enormously. Little money we have, we give to others. Little time we have, we give to others. We create a lot of time. And I learned something a lot from him. And then it was his insistence and his guidance in the beginning that he said, you go and join Pyramid Valley. It is good for you. That opportunity of service, when I was thinking, it came. And then he said, go and join, it's great. And I always saw him, 2002, 3, how much he was giving his time and effort to meditation services. And so then that's how my journey of service started. So thank you, Dr. G.K. And there's countless people through him that either healed and then, of course, they do the service. Right, friends? So we'll conclude here. Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation is doing an amazing job in helping people guide the right wisdom that is required for changing their psychosomatic behaviors. Because all illness is psychosomatic, and so the psyche has to change. Our thought process, our expressions, our behaviors, our understanding in any situation to react, all of that has to change. And so then the guidance is given for those who are ill, seriously ill. Now the first tablet that he talked about is always meditation. So we do meditation practice in Buddhasi, but we still have illnesses, or anywhere, any organization, practice deeply, and illnesses are there, then spiritual tablets is coming always to the great rescue to take on them and then help them guide a little more deeply. Thank you for your effort. Right?
Thank you. Thank you, Chandra. Namaste. Namaste. All. Thank you.
Okay, friends, that was wonderful, wonderful sharing from Dr. G.K. Sir, founder and chairman of Spiritual Tablets. So with that, yes, we'll wrap up the session for today and see you all tomorrow. I think Jay Krishnan sir has asked any book related to gratitude. Yes, The Magic by Rhonda. You can check that book. And many other books, even Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life, she talks a lot about gratitude. So all the books will talk about the subject a lot, but yes, one book is The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and also they say this Braiding Sweetgrass, that is also another book. Braiding Sweetgrass and The Magic. And yes, all the Louise Hay books, she talks so highly about the gratitude also. Yes. Okay, friends. Thank you. So heartfelt gratitude to you all. So we'll see you all in tomorrow's session, Sunday, long meditation. It's must at least weekly once we go into this, like how GK sir was talking, that ashrama dharma, it all starts like this, slowly, step by step. We do weekly 1 or 2 days, little bit of long hours of meditation. And I like you have your, plans for the year, personal, professional, and staycation plans and all that. You should have something called spiritual plans. In that, you have to, you can do this ashrama dharma, what GK sir was talking about. So you need to have some plans in a year, okay, for that too. So it's very important. And you will see the result, the transformation happening when you have these kind of goals too in your list. So, and you need to experiment for yourself and check. So thank you, friends. Thank you, Ladini. Heartfelt gratitude to you all. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day.